Paliwanag muna natin sa mga viewers para naunawaan nila kasi may mga nalilito. Impeach. Ibig sabihin, ano yun, tanggal na ba sa pwesto? So, ano ba ibig sabihin talaga na pag na-impeach ang isang impeachable officer or official?
But it simply means na ang House of Representatives filed what we refer to as articles of impeachment with the Senate, no? Which according to our constitution, sa ligang batas natin, it is the one going to hear and decide the articles of impeachment. It will hear, receive evidence, no, from both sides, and then eventually vote, no, on each of the articles specified in the articles of impeachment. No? Pagbobotohan nila yan eventually. After everything is in. Impeach does not necessarily mean conviction. So the judgment of the Senate after the hearing, receiving evidence from both sides, will be the basis of a judgment whether to remove the vice president in this case that we are talking about, or acquit her of the charges based on the articles of impeachment.
Base po sa karanasan ninyo, tsaka base sa nature ng isang impeachment trial, gaano po ba kadali o kahirap mag-convict ng isang impeached official sa isang impeachment court?
Well, while we look at the impeachment process as constitutionally, of course, enshrined based on the Constitution, no? And more of a legal process, it is to us based on at least my experience. I can speak for myself. More a political exercise, a lawful one, and therefore politics will play a vital role in the ultimate conviction or acquittal of the officer impeached. No? So in this case, VP Sara Duterte. So the difficulty, if at all, will be on the part of each senator in weighing the evidence, whether or not the prosecution was able to prove each of, I understand, 7 articles, no, of impeachment, and whether or not there is basis, therefore, for him or her to vote for conviction, or the prosecution, meaning prosecutor, congressmen or congresswomen, were not able to prove, even by substantial evidence, the charges set forth in the articles of impeachment.
Okay. Nabanggit niyo yung yung mga ebidensya kalay presenta ng prosecution. Sa mga viewers natin na magiging prosecutor po rito ay yung mga kongresista, yung miyembro ng House of Representatives, at meron silang 11 o 11 miyembro. Pero ano po ba yung standard na ginagamit ng mga o dapat gamitin ng mga impeachment judges o yung mga senator judges dun sa pag-weigh ng evidence? Kailangan ba proof beyond reasonable doubt? Anong klaseng standard?
I read at least for the first time the revised rules, no, of the Senate on impeachment, and nothing is indicated there. Nothing is set forth. Walang nakalagay kung ano ang pwedeng pagbatayan ng bawat isa sa kanilang pagboto. And the only change that which I appreciate notably, no, in the revised rules of procedure on impeachment cases of the Senate is yung may provision that for each article, okay, there must be voting per senator. Kasi
okay.
Before, that did not happen to us. I
Lahat
mean,
na, no?
Yeah, wala. Lahat parang topo-topo yung nangyari, no? Tawagin ka, anong boto mo, guilty or not guilty, and then that's it, without specifying on which article you were voting or you are voting. So that's a big change as far as I'm concerned. But as to ano yung standard of proof na pagbabatayan ng bawat isa, whether prima facie evidence or proof beyond reasonable doubt or clear and convincing evidence has not been set forth in the revised procedure. That is what is missing. I was trying to look for it. I did not find anything. I hope I have the right copy of the revised rules of the Senate.
Pero pag ganun, base sa karanasan ninyo, since ang isang gustong tanggalin sa posisyon ay mataas na opisyal ng gobyerno, ano ba dapat yung standard of proof na ginagamit?
Well, if I follow the logic then, if I heard her right, no, for the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago was a proponent of clear and convincing evidence. Kasi it cannot be naman proof beyond reasonable doubt, which is the standard of proof required in criminal cases for purposes of convicting a person accused of committing a crime. Hindi naman pwedeng preponderance of evidence lang. That will only be in civil actions, no? Or substantial evidence, which will be in administrative actions, no? So I think hers was the most logical and plausible, feasible, standard of proof. Though the rules of court do not recognize that per se. What the rules recognize is proof beyond reasonable doubt, preponderance of evidence, and substantial evidence.
Pero dito, di ba, ina-adapt din? I remember nung huling impeachment trial ng 2012, ina-adapt din yung yung rules of court in a way doon sa isang impeachment court.
That's what I heard actually during the Kapihan interview of Senate President Jesus Escudero. He was saying that the rules of court, apply suppletorily to the rules of impeachment, and that will mean even the rules and evidence that are there in the rules of court will be followed. So I think the ultimate issue there for a senator to be able to enable him or her to vote is the credibility of the witness and the credibility of the testimony. So, fundamental in a proceeding where a witness is testifying or presenting a documentary evidence na kinakailangan the witness is credible, but not only that, his or her testimony must also be credible. So two things to consider. For evidence to be credible, the witness must not only be credible, but the testimony of the witness must be credible. Kapani-paniwala pa. So yun yung magiging batayan dyan. That's why yung, just madagdagan ko lang, Christian, if I may, ang binanggit kanina ni Senate President Jesus Escudero, that's why they're having the pre-trial, because they're adapting that part of the proceedings, which is actually true in civil actions and in criminal actions, the rules of court on pre-trial. So the purpose there is actually to expedite the process of impeachment, limiting the issues, naming the testimony, the trial dates, and as I said earlier, the submission of judicial affidavits.
Paano, attorney, kung yung pre-trial basically sabi nyo nga, mapapabilis yung proseso, especially given this context na hindi ganun kahaba yung oras na meron sila. Pero hindi, ibig sabihin, bawal dyan yung mga surprise witnesses.
Oh, yes, they have to, that was emphasized very, very clearly by the Senate President. Kanyang binanggit yung when the judicial affidavit of a particular witness was not submitted for purposes of the pre-trial, he or she will already be barred from testifying. He or she can be called either by either party, whether the prosecution or the defense anymore. So the submission of the judicial affidavit with the witness is an imperative as far as Senate President is concerned. And I would like to think that as far as the Senate is sitting as an impeachment court is concerned.
Mm. So, paano pag ganyan, kunwari, in the middle of trial, talagang pinag-uusapan yung mga accusations, biglang nag-volunteer ang isang witness, sinasabi, ako yan, ano lang to, hypothetically, ako yan si Mary Chris Piatos. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya ma-accept, no? Ma-admit dun sa
Well,
impeachment court.
That's the general rule na binabanggit kanina. Except lang, according to him, if the testimony of the witness is what you can call somehow a newly discovered evidence. But we have seen naman the proceedings before that Quadcom. I think everyone who can say something, especially against the Vice President, already testified. All right, already testified. So whether or not they still have witnesses, somehow hidden somewhere, we really do not know. But that is sought to be prevented precisely by the submission of the judicial affidavits of the witnesses during the pre-trial.